Alright, man, so I'm fucking miserable. It's storming outside right now, so I don't know if the power is gonna go out. It's super early in the morning. I didn't sleep that much. I just don't feel that great. Still haven't finished out this pistol. I've been grinding out Valorant, and I'm still literally sitting around changing my sensitivity. Nothing feels right. Nothing feels right. It's all pain. Really, for the past 3 days, my right hand, the hammer fist area right here, has hurt. Spot on your hand, right on your palm, where you get down to like right here, that hard part on your hand where you can hit somebody with the palm. That part I have repeatedly just smashed the ever-living shit out of this desk and this keyboard, man. Power's flickering left and right and shit. I'm about to finish this thing. That new camo or whatever is supposed to be coming by like the end of this month or so. Maybe around the beginning of May. They said mid-season, and we got like 50 days left in this season, so I'm going to assume probably the end of this month or some shit. Like, I've been playing Cypher. I'm setting up cameras and doing all sorts of shit like that. I've looked up every single like little play and strategy, and I sat around in custom matches practicing little spots that I've seen other people use in games and stuff like that I had a difficult time dealing with. Doing it all, man. I've been learning, but I just don't have any confidence in anything else. Like, it doesn't matter how much I learn mechanically in my head if I can't fucking shoot anything. It doesn't matter. Now I ultimately understand how and why class setup videos even do well in the first place. At least I know I'm good on controller, man. Try to think of it in that way, where it's like, man, I am going against people with literally decades of experience and just muscle memory of aiming in these kinds of things with a mouse and keyboard. I'm not. And now I'm really starting to notice that bullshit tick issue with like the servers and everything like that after playing Valorant. I'm clearly blocking those shots, and they clearly cannot hit me through that, but they do, because on their screen I'm not doing that. Terrible. This video is probably just gonna be me talking about how badly I just get fucked in Valorant again, to be honest. I'm not in the mood, man. To be honest, I'm really fucking not. I just honestly just want to go the fuck back to sleep. So sick and tired of this shit. It's exhausting being terrible at a game, man. I really do just feel so bad for people. I really truly just didn't understand the struggle, really. For a long time, it was like, you know, class setups were kind of redundant to a degree, you know, because you could learn how to use and do anything. But now when I realize that mechanically, like down to just the fundamentals, people don't have that. I'm really realizing that with like mouse aiming and shit for FPSs and stuff. I just, not having the fundamentals, it doesn't matter how much you learn or how many tips and tricks guides that you see or have or whatever, it won't matter. Last night I was playing with Dirty, Changa, Rated, just like everybody in that whole group. And every time I came around the corner, I would just get headshotted. And then I learned all these setups and stuff like that around like all the different maps and all the different sites and stuff like that on, you know, defense, offense, all this other shit. I learned all these areas and stuff like that, and my traps will catch people. You know what I'm saying? And my cameras will rarely get destroyed and shit. I'm putting them in like spots that just, in the smallest little wedges to watch like a little window. Like there's a spot on Haven where I could like shoot the camera up into the top of the door, and I'm able to see into like half of the map on one side, and no one ever sees it and shit. I don't know. Obviously, eventually people will be able to pick up on all, you know, all those little camera spots and trap spots and all that other shit, but it's all about like control with Cypher and trying to slow people down and keep control of flanks and stuff like that. Obviously, he's better on defense than offense, but it can still be used offensively. So none of that matters, because at the end of the day, I can't shoot straight. It literally doesn't matter. Like, my hand shakes too much. Like, I for a little bit would do this thing where I would kind of like strafe back and forth to like try to fix my aim. Like, almost kind of like, to a degree, small movements on like CS type games or even on Valorant, you can do those small little strafes back and forth without too much penalty to your actual recoil and where your bullets are going and stuff, if you do small little movements and, you know, just take your time, tap fire and all that shit. So I figured, you know, doing that would help me. But then I had people telling me like, oh dude, stop moving, stop walking with your character and stuff like that. That just means that you're bad. And it's like, my hand shakes otherwise. And they're like, you know, that just means you're fucking bad. None of that knowledge fucking matters if I can't shoot straight. My hand literally shakes when I shoot. I don't understand how, even if you are doing controlled tap fires and shit, I don't understand how people manage to actually keep their hand completely steady. I literally, every single small movement in my hand shows up on my mouse, and I don't understand how people stay completely straight. If you told me right now that my hand had to stay completely straight or I get shot in the fucking head right now, I will die. My hand does not stay straight. No matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I concentrate, I cannot keep my hand straight. It moves constantly. I feel it in my fingertips. If I'm not moving, somewhere else on my body is moving. I cannot stop. This is a different kind of low though from when the Damascus thing was going on. Damascus was just like pure exhaustion and just annoyance confidence. This is just like a whole existential thing. I really thought I was talented, man, and then it just, like, obviously, I didn't think I would just be able to get onto the fucking game and just do well. Obviously, I know that. I've yet to come across anyone that just comes from PC and immediately hops on controller and is able to beat people that have already had fuck knows how many years of experience on it. No, it just doesn't make sense. It's like seeing somebody go from like the NBA to the NFL or vice versa or some shit like that. You're likely not going to see them succeed very well in both. You might have some freak scenarios right there, but to sit there and discredit them like there wasn't a grind in between those two, it's bullshit. So I know that there's a grind, but that grind is beyond frustrating, and I feel absolutely powerless. It was weird, though, because the day right after I made that video of me being really honest with myself, I had a good day. I had 2 different games where I dropped over 30+ kills. One of the games, I tried Breach for the first time, and I got 32 kills on him. I was doing well. I was being, you know, I was initiating. I was doing well on attacking. I was doing well on defending. Here's the thing. I'm not able to get 30 kills regardless of whatever my knowledge is about a character if I can't shoot straight. But for that 1 or 2 games that day, I was able to shoot straight. And I was able to feel what it's like to actually feel like the real game. Just need to figure out how to stay in that area. I'm doing calculus trying to figure out what the fuck my perfect sensitivity is gonna be and everything. Nothing feels natural. Nothing feels good. And people are like, oh yeah, what sensitivity are you on with this, that, and the other? All the things that people assume that are just like basic things, I do not have or know. They'll just be like, oh yeah, well maybe your sensitivity's too high or too low or whatever. I'm like, dude, I'm on 400 DPI. How can I go any fucking lower than this? It's like, oh, I'll turn it down in game. And then they go out of their way to go and say like, okay, well, if your DPI, if your sensitivity is too low and you're not gonna be able to turn around if somebody sees you when you do this, I do turn my sensitivity up to be able to turn around completely, I'm going to keep missing. And I was already missing when it was considered too low. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? Just keep missing. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to keep missing until hopefully I don't miss anymore. I might just go to sleep the rest of the day. I don't know. I sat there in that fucking shooting range thing for 3 to 4 fucking hours straight, just dinging heads constantly. I heard the noise of those fucking dummies and robots just getting shot in the head repeatedly. The sound of the fucking Vandal and the sound of the fucking Phantom just back to back to back to back to back. Ding, 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 ding. All that shit just constantly. I was thinking about it while I was laying in bed, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't fucking matter. I didn't even hit record, bro! Didn't even hit record. I'm just so fucking done.